So recently I was thinking what to be uploading now, and ever since my last video on the YouTube system, which was about 50 minutes long, I've realized that my videos are a bit too long to actually attract new viewers. So I have two videos planned, and this video is not going to be about PewDiePie. Sorry, Twitter followers, I lied about that video. That will be video next week. This video is going to be about Assassin's Creed Legion. Now, for those that don't particularly follow the series, probably don't really care about Assassin's Creed, and especially if they hate it, they probably hate the series. Or, ex-fans, whatever. Personally, I'm a fan of the series. Some games are bad. Most games are bad. Most games are awful. But regardless of that, I realized that I should probably upload this video since kind of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey Reveal was the one that got me into the commentary thing. I think that was my first commentary video on this channel, if you consider like all of them rather than just like the new year. But what I realized is that I haven't been talking about I do talk about my interests sometimes, but it's been a lot about YouTube and stuff. So this video is going to be decided kind of be like a quote-unquote filler video. It's not going to be related to YouTube as much. So, if you don't like Assassin's Creed, I hope this video will kind of intrigue you. It's going to be a shorter video. It's just going to be about updates about Legion rumors. There are channels out there that have already talked about this, but I feel like I should kind of give my own opinion on what's going to be happening with this series, and exactly what I particularly like and don't like about these rumors, and are they believable or not. Now, I'm reading this right now from the Codex, which is an Assassin's Creed kind of like rumor thing, and pretty much let me read this. Right, so on 4chan, there has been rumors that, or at least one particular user has rumored that the next game Assassin's Creed will be is either under the name Legion or will be called Legion. I have no clue exactly on how to say that because the previous codename for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I believe, was Empire. So we are completely unaware if this is just a codename or going to be the full release name, as I haven't actually heard about any other names that might be a codename or the official name. So currently we're going to be referring to it as Legion. Now, what it says is that this game is going to be taking off particular in Rome, which of course everyone can tell from the name Legion, and will be the most logical next game considering we started with Egypt, then they did Greece, and now they're going to do Rome to finish off their whole ancient thing, right? That makes a lot of sense. So the rumors are that it's going to be really similar to Odyssey. However, it's going to be more Assassin's Creed, which particularly I am fond of because, in my opinion, Odyssey is lacking a lot of Assassin's Creed elements. It's just more of like an RPG or Witcher clone rather than a good Assassin's Creed game. And I'm not really particularly fond of the whole RPG segment thing and the whole thing, but I guess if they explain it better in Legion, I'm completely fine with that. So Legion is going to be produced by Ubisoft Sofia, which, if you haven't known about them, they have released the Hidden Ones DLC for Origins, and they also were the ones that created Rogue. Personally, one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games is Rogue, so I'm kind of particularly fond of what they're working on. And I didn't play the DLC for Origins, but I am quite aware that it was met with a lot of good reviews. So I am hoping that Legion will also be surprising me, even though it might be an RPG game. Now, it's going to be really similar in the fact that it's possible there's going to be two main characters, I believe, or two protagonists, Cassius or Lucia. I guess you choose which one you want to play as. But I guess as in Odyssey, they kind of did where Cassandra and Alexios were you could choose which one was the Mystios and the other one was the Deimos. But in a Syndicate with other two main protagonists, you had playing the same story, but with you kind of flip perspectives throughout. So I'm not sure exactly if that's going to work out that way or any other way. But pretty much the other protagonists you choose are your protagonist Cassius or Lucia or Lucia. I'm big sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, people with this name, but if you choose Cassius, for example, your sibling, or I'm guessing sibling, will be playing as another character with a fully fleshed out story themselves, or they might be kind of like a Switch thingy. We have no clue about that. Which, I'm pretty sure is going to be more like the Odyssey one, considering what they're going with here. Like, you choose your gender, then you fight that way, because I don't think they were really fond of Syndicate's way of doing that. But pretty much the rumors say it's going to be the descendants of the protagonists in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. However, I've heard conflicting rumors on that because I've heard rumors that it's going to be the descendants of Bayek, which is a bit more believable considering that Ubisoft will probably be met with a lot more backlash about like having descendants, considering their whole game was kind of RPG like. Because you probably heard about the DLC backlash they received for like forcing like a heterosexual relationship on their protagonist, which I'm not gonna talk about that this video, but I'm pretty sure that the rumors are conflicting. I'm pretty sure it was like a mix-up with Origins and Odyssey since they're pretty similar in naming. Um, there's also like it also says that the RPG elements will be really strong in this game. It's probably even stronger than Odyssey, which I mean kind of makes sense. They're trying to go for this whole RPG element thingy. In my opinion, RPG has Creed simply because of the way the story is set up. Because the story is simple. Hey, you're going to be reliving the memories. I feel like this way that Ubisoft is trying to promote kind of like, oh, RPG fans will like this, but at the same time they're really sacrificing the canon of like the whole series because it makes no sense to choose your own like story when you're playing memories. The game is going to be announced or planning to be like released on in 2020, which kind of makes sense because they did announce they'd be skipping 2019. So that's approximately. See, I'm going to expect it to be October again, maybe August. Depending on exactly how they're going to do it, because I do believe Origins was released. Uh, was it later? No, it was October. I think it's gonna be October or even maybe earlier if they decide to do that. Probably won't. Or even maybe earlier if they decide to do that. Probably won't. Which fine, I guess. So the main story is gonna be more about the assassins and politics, and with a lot more first civ and flashbacks to other points in Rome, which is kind of interesting to me because I would for sure love. Because in Origins we saw the assassinations of Caesar. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more opportunity with Rome to talk about different points of Rome. Probably they're gonna increase a lot of like have a lot of Troy in there. Hopefully they're gonna be talking about like Troy because in Odyssey there are flashbacks to the Battle of the 300. So hopefully there's gonna be like flashbacks to the Battle of Troy, which they're probably gonna mess up because it's not gonna be hysterical. They're probably gonna shove that giant horse in there, which by the way, if you didn't know, is not historically true. Ubisoft is trying to make it feel like more Assassin's Creed, so it kind of involves the earlier fans, but as well as like fans. Which, I mean, if you're trying to please both, you're pleasing no one, right? It's pretty it's pretty known about that part. But I feel like what Ubisoft is trying to do is not gonna really work out because the original Assassin's Creed fans are not fond of the RPG like I am. Like I'm part of those people who are not fond of RPG, while the people in Odyssey have like little care for the Assassin's Creed part in Civ. They just want to play like that, which it's pretty what Ubisoft does. So this rumor makes it more believable because Ubisoft does love pleasing both sides, or however sides there are at this point. I don't know. The game map is going to be, well, in Italy. That's going to be the main part, as well as going to be like featuring small parts of modern day France and Germany, Gaul and Germania as they were called like in Rome at that point in time, which I feel like it's because Gaul or France was really prominent in like they were keeping a lot of things. So pretty much Gaul was what do I say? Um, it was a really developing thing. It was kind of like villages around, and then Rome came in and they kind of like make them more civilized and took them under control and gave them their religions and stuff, which seems interesting. Seems interesting, of course. Um, Again, this is unofficial and not a leak. This is simply a rumor, which does make sense to me because this is something that Ubisoft would, of course, do. Legion makes sense and things like that. We're gonna be getting a lot of cultist things. So the cultists from Odyssey will be making a reappearance in this game as well, for according to this rumor, which kind of makes sense because I feel like, but does it make sense about cultists, right? Because depending on which way they go, if they go about being descendants of Odyssey protagonists, then we're probably gonna see cultists. If it's gonna be descendants of the Origins descendants, we're gonna see the whatever that thing was called. It was like the proto Templars, and like the cultists are like Templars, as I believe that is. And so I'm not sure about the cultists, because again, I'm not sure if it's gonna be Odyssey or Origins descendants, but that makes sense. As well as the rumors that we're going to be getting the White Room Confessions things again, which I'm pretty fond of. They don't make sense, but they do like increase that feel of, hey, this is Assassin's Creed. It's not like just a generic RPG where, oh, you kill someone, you get this information and done. I do like the White Room Confessions. I'm not really fond of the Origins ones, however, because they made absolutely no sense. I feel like the ones we used in previous games made the most sense and are the most applicable, and hopefully they will go with those ones rather than the Origins ones. In my opinion, this game seems to be promising. Odyssey was a disappointment for me as an Assassin's Creed fan. However, I do see how people would like it. It's a great map. The, the gameplay could have been altered to be better. Maybe not like be a grind and require so much microtransactions just to be able to pass. I hope this game won't include this. Right? I do hope that. In addition to that, I hope that like they're not gonna be like a bunch of those like good endings, bad endings. I mean, like I'm fine with those games that have good and bad endings. I really do appreciate those, but not in Assassin's Creed games, guys. Not in that game. So that's it. This game's gonna be developing by Sophia, as I mentioned before. Their next big release, because Sophia's kind of their like secondary location, because they have like because the I believe it's rumored that 2020 was gonna be the new next gen of consoles. So pretty sure that Legion is gonna be this gen, and then the next game in 2021 will be the next gen game, which I'm not sure who's working on that particularly. Gonna guess Montreal, not Quebec, because Quebec just released, and then Sophia's gonna release, and it's probably gonna be Montreal, to be honest, or I don't know, whatever of their devs thing's gonna be working. Pretty sure this year we'll be getting Watch Dogs though, because it's gonna be another gap year. Watch Dogs has been rumored. I can't say. It makes the most sense, because as we are aware that Ubisoft likes to release their games here, so I'm pretty sure we're getting a Watch Dogs game this year. But regardless of that, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe for more. Tell me if you like me talk about Assassin's Creed. I do like the series. Next video will be about PewDiePie. Hopefully, if he doesn't lose that far. And see you next time. Like and subscribe.